Chapter 12. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray. The visitor's monotone rendition of Seal's hit song rang out through the town. His internal clock had been right. St. Farr had been listening to Kiss from a Rose at this exact moment every day for the past couple decades, but never had it been sung so poorly. Biologically, the visitor was an excellent karaoke artist. He didn't have the little nagging feeling of doubt or fear that most people have when they wash away with alcohol before performing their favorite songs in front of strangers. He didn't feel any anxiety or worry about what the others might think when he sang. He also didn't have a voice built for singing, so everything came out in an uninspiring drawl. The visitor continued to sing the playlist a cappella as best as he could. He tried to think of another plan. Hopefully, his effort was having some kind of positive effect on the ship parked above the KOBO radio station. Sure, he was off key and he was missing lyrics in every song, but he was giving it his best shot. A few blocks away from the radio station, May Manning was in her baby blue minivan picking up her eldest child, Lucky, to take him to basketball practice at the school. It had been weird driving around without KOBO broadcasting all day. Typically, she listened to Pat's show at home, at work, and in town as she ran errands, but there had been nothing to hear since the tower had been shut off. No other radio broadcasts reached St. Farr, and she had no CD, tape, or MP3 players to fill the auditory void. Instead, she'd worked, walked, and driven in silence. Now, a flat voice filled her minivan, attempting to cover bop. May listened, disgusted with the sound, but fascinated by the situation. Lucky pulled open the minivan's passenger door and was immediately hit by the monotone bop tan do want to find do wop. What are you listening to? Lucky asked, with an upset look on his face. I have no idea. It just started. Can you turn it off? I was thinking we could go check it out. It's coming from KOBO. Lucky smiled with excitement and put on his seatbelt. Lucky was a good boy. He was always excited to spend time with his mom and help her out, especially when it was an adventure. The pair quickly traversed the 2 blocks from Old Town to the town square. We should just drive by first and see if we see anything, Lucky suggested. Good idea. May slowed the van and cruised around the old brick road, looping the park in the center of the town square. As they drove by KOBO, they could see someone standing behind the console inside. There's someone in there, Lucky said excitedly. May parked the minivan in one of the many empty spots in front of pink spools, out of view from the front door of KOBO, and the pair leapt out of the vehicle and quietly approached the radio station. What do we do? Lucky asked as they got closer to the gigantic metal tower in front of the radio station. I mean, there's someone in there. Do we call Pat or something? I'm not sure, May replied. She left it at that. They had arrived at the side of the radio station. Quietly, the pair peeked around the corner into the large front window. Inside, they saw a tall, thin man dressed in all black, wearing a long jacket and a black cowboy hat. He was grasping the mic with 2 hands that indicated he may be at least 80 years old. They could hear the ancient cowboy crooning a slow rendition of Believe by Cher through the speaker above their heads. Lucky couldn't contain himself. He began to quietly laugh. The cowboy looked up at him, and a stab of fear went through the boy and his mother. The visitor quickly touched his waist and disappeared into thin air. The night was once again quiet. May and Lucky bathed in the silence, exchanging looks with one another, wondering if any part of the last 5 minutes had actually been real.